The Flinders River is the longest river in Queensland, Australia at approximately 1,004 kilometers, 624 miles. It was named in honor of the explorer Matthew Flinders. The catchment is sparsely populated and mostly undeveloped. The Flinders rises on the western slopes of the Great Dividing Range in northwest Queensland and flows generally northwest across a large, flat clay plain through the Gulf country before entering the Gulf of Carpentaria. Course and features. The river rises in the Burra Range, part of the Great Dividing Range, 110 kilometers, 68 miles, northeast of Hughenden and flows in a westerly direction past Hughenden, Richmond and Julia Creek, then northwest to the Gulf of Carpentaria 25 kilometers, 16 miles, west of Karumba. The south of the catchment is bordered by the Selwyn Range. At 1,004 kilometers, 624 miles, in length it is the eighth longest river in Australia. The catchment covers 109,000 square kilometers, 42,000 square miles. The primary land use in the catchment is grazing and other agriculture. The catchment covers 1.5% of the continent. A total of 36 tributaries flow into the Flinders. The principal tributaries are the Cloncurry, Saxby and the Corella rivers. Another major tributary of the Flinders River is Porcupine Creek. The creek has carved out a dramatic gorge which is located in the Porcupine Gorge National Park. There are two dams on the river, the Flinders River Dam and Corella Dam. Other smaller tributaries include Range Creek, Morport Creek, Oxley Creek, Canterbury Creek, Dutton River, Back Valley Creek, Eltree Creek, Gorman Creek, Hazelwood Creek, Nanda Creek, Urimpi Creek, Yambra Creek, Bino River and Armstrong Creek. The river flows through one permanent waterhole, Flagstone Waterhole. Several towns are found within the catchment including McKinley, Burke and Wills Junction, Hughenden, Richmond, Julia Creek and Cloncurry. The river produces a mean annual discharge of 3,857 gigaliters, 8.48 times 1011 imp gal, 1.019 times 1012 US gal. The maximum flow recorded is 18,000 gigaliters, 4.0 times 1012 imp gal, 4.8 times 1012 US gal. The riverbed is composed of silt with clay and sand and gravel with cobble. 8. A large, flat clay plain is located in the area where the Flinders, Gregory and Leichhardt rivers enter the Gulf. The mouth of the river lies in the Gulf Plains important bird area. In 2015 the population living within the catchment was 6,600 people, of which 12% are indigenous. Flora vegetation along the river in the upper catchment include riparian woodlands composed of paper barks including Melaleuca argentata, Melaleuca bractata and Melaleuca fluvialis, and subdominant eucalypts including river red gum, Coolago, with minor bauhinia. Other species found include the wattle. Infestations of weeds such as prickly acacia, Nagara burr, rubber vine and chunky apple are also found. The understory is dominated by a closed cover of riparian grasses including native couch on the sandy loams adjacent the stream channels. History. The traditional owners of the area are the Kalkadoon, Mitakudi, Kukaj, Gutha-Arn, Mai-Yapi, Mai-Kulan, Mai-Thakurti, Nga'an, Wanamuro, Mbara, Randali and Gugubadhun peoples who have inhabited the area for thousands of years. The Flinders River was named in honor of the explorer Matthew Flinders by Captain Wickham and Lieutenant John Lord Stokes of the HMS Beagle in 1841. Stokes chartered and surveyed the estuary of the Flinders and Albert Rivers and named many other features in the area including Disaster Inlet, Morning Inlet and Van Diemen River. Robert O'Hara Burke, William John Wills and Charles Gray reached the river delta in 1861, completing the goal of their expedition. Gray died on the journey back to Cooper Creek, and both Burke and Wills died after reaching the creek to find their depot abandoned. The first pastoralist to stock country along the Flinders was James Gibson, who established Prairie Station in 1861. In 1864 more cattle stations were established by Gibson, including Melundra and Taldora stations. Massive flooding occurred along the river in July 1870. One station lost over 4,000 sheep and roads were cut. In 1917 even larger floods were recorded, with Hugh Hendon inundated, several people drowned. More heavy flooding occurred in 1955. 1960, 1974, 1991 and 2000. In 2003, water licenses to take water from the river were first released when a pastoralist, Corbett, applied for an irrigation license. He successfully grew crops like sorghum and cotton on his cattle station, and soon other grazers were interested. A moratorium on license issuing followed, but was later lifted in 2013.